Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to this edition of Sunday Carvangelizing. What is a carvangelizer? I don't know, you may have asked yourself that. You know what a evangelizer is? That's a person that goes out and preaches the Word of God or his version of God. It's not really a religion. I'm sure people in religion do that. But I grew up in a religion that were evangelizers that went door to door, and they're good people. But I'm not here to talk about that today. I don't want to get into anything political, and unfortunately, religion can be political. And as you guys know, my thing is cars. Yeah, I found a new way to set my camera. I was watching an older gentleman on YouTube today. Guy had some very, very interesting things to say about his life, and he really focused on the young people. This was about 5 years ago. I think he died about a year and a half ago. He was 78. His last name was Bernard. Yeah, I think it was Bernard. Anyway, he was interesting. And I noticed his camera was right. His little camera, his phone, was right in front of the computer like this, and he was reading like I'm doing. But you know, as you notice in some of my social media posts, especially you guys on FB, I always come up with some sort of motivational quote. And regarding our topic today, which is the word uniqueness, nothing important or meaningful or beautiful or interesting or great ever came out of limitations and imitations. The thing that is really hard and really amazing is giving up on being perfect and beginning the work of becoming yourself. Then and only then can you create value. I learned through my life of dealing with cars that the more unique a vehicle is, now I'm not talking about custom. Custom really is an individual thing. Unique is a universal thing. Like the universe, it's unique. It was created by a unique being. When I'm talking about unique, it's like art. It is a broad term. I remember there was a show on the car channel, one of them. His thing was unique. Blank. I'm not going to say the name. It started with unique, and they were unique. A lot of it was just add-ons and some little modifications. They did good work. But the guys, they focused, seemed like more on their egos than the car. And to me, that's not unique. If a person goes out here and buys a house and restores that house, say it's like my son's home he just bought. It's a 1951 model. Could you excuse me? I still have that stuff in my throat. It's a 1951 model. And on the outside, it's some sort of really strange looking native, I guess it's Texas stone. And it's unique, but it isn't unique because the house next to him and the house on both sides of them have similar an exterior rock. But what makes the house unique is the inside. It's very clean, very sanitary. Everything's white except the walls. He repainted the walls. Has one bathroom, has a 600 square foot garage, which is unusual for that year of a home. And when I walked in, I told my daughter-in-law, I said, man, this is really unique. You know why? Because it's very simple. There's not a lot of crap. And of course, they put all their stuff in it. But to me, that's unique. It doesn't have to stand out. Unique doesn't mean it stands out. Now, the reason I come up with this topic for today, uniqueness creates value, is last week, I don't remember what channel it was. Maybe it was one of the home channels, home and garden channel or something. This man looks at unique homes, and he was looking at a house that has a Batman theme to it. I mean, everything is black or dark, and he said that was a unique home, and it is because it's one of a kind. It takes money. The people that have the house have money. They're designers. And there was a lot of money spent on this house to give it. I don't think there was any Batmans in it, images, but everything was very unique, and it looked like a cave inside. So that made it unique. Not so much custom, because, like I said before, custom, say like custom cars. Say like if you in the old days, if you had you wanted a custom car, you went to George Barris or Dean Jeffries or one of those guys, or Larry Watson out in California, and you had them build you a car the way you wanted it. Now everybody oohed and ahhed over those cars. They go to car shows, oh my God, and of course it brought in the revolution of custom cars, and everybody wanted a custom car, but not everybody built the same kind of car. Now that's one thing I admire about those guys back then. The customers, the car owners, would come in and say, well, I like the Hero Hoda Merc, and I like this 58 Chevy, and blah blah whatever, but I don't want it the same. I want it nosed and decked. Let's chop the top on it. Let's do some scallops, but let's do some different kind of scallops. That was custom. That was one of a kind. Unique doesn't necessarily mean one of a kind. It's just unique to that individual, but yet it really has a broad appeal. I had a saying back when I think I had my first S10 Blazer I bought in 83. Well, they came out in 82 and a half, as an 82 and a half. It was 83 or late 83. And I ended up with like a 6-month-old S10 Blazer, had like 12,000 miles on it. And I lowered it a little bit. There was no lowering kits. I had to make my own deal. And did some custom striping on it. And I remember when I drove it up to one of my customers over there down in Houston, he said, I didn't really like those until I saw this one. He said, that's really unique. He said, I bet I could sell those on my car lot. Well, eventually, that's all he ended up dealing in were custom S10s. I call them custom now. They ended up being custom because, that was the thing. That was a vehicle everybody wanted. But he said mine was unique. Well, at the time, it was unique because there were no more like it. And then all of a sudden, bam, 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 next thing you know, every S10 on earth was lowered and customized. And, they weren't unique, and then they were custom. Everybody was building them. People were copying each other. They were doing crazy things to them. But mine was unique when it started. So I was laying there in bed one night, and I said, I need to come up with a tagline. Back then, I guess we called it a motto. And I'm like, people are always seeking unique. Growing up with the guy, my dad, he was unique. He wasn't custom. He was born unique. His size was unique. His attitude and the way he lived life and the way he talked and the things that he did, he was unique, and he was one of a kind. Custom isn't always one of a kind, but unique, you're pretty much born unique. Well, so people seek unique. We seek unique, and I said that rhymes with unique. Unique is what we seek. And then I looked outside at a what did I have at that time? Oh, I think it was a chopped 65 or 66 Chevy pickup. And I was putting that on the back window of that truck. This was around 83 or 4. I said, unique is what we seek. I said, but there has to be something else. Well, that's all I put on that back. I hand lettered that on the back of the window. Unique is what we seek. So I went down to Houston, and to my friend Jerry up there. He had a body shop, and now that guy, he built some unique. They were custom, but they were very unique. I remember he bought a 66 Chevy Suburban, which is a 2-door, and he chopped the top on it. Talk about a unique vehicle. Oh, man. To chop a top on a long roof, man, that takes guts. But anyway, so I drove up, and he saw that sign. He's, man, put that on mine. I said, well, it wouldn't be unique then. It'd just be another custom. Yeah, we got to put something. You got to put something. So I of all cars, I had a 944 Porsche that I had to do the letters on, and he wanted a little line down the side. So Jerry, he come out there, he goes, hey, I got it, man, I got it. He goes, when I first saw your truck, first thing I thought it was, man, that's Bizarro. And, even though he had chopped top trucks, he said that 64, It was 64, 5 or 6, same, really basic, same truck. The body, the cab, curved around, and he said, "Man, that's one of the hardest trucks to chop." He said, I did that Suburban." He said, "Man, it took 6 months just to get the top right and the doors." And he goes, "It's just bizarre." And I said, he goes, "I got something here." He said, "Go ahead and put unique is what we see on the back of my Suburban." And I said, "Okay, well, it's a carryall is what it's called." And he goes, "Now put this," and it said, "Bizarre is what we are." So I put on there, unique is what we see, period. Bizarre is what we are. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Most people that are customizing cars, now, let's back up. You can buy a Rolls Royce. I hope I can say this on here because I'm promoting them. I'm not saying anything derogatory because I love Rolls Royces. I want one. I want a black one lowered with crazy flames all over it. So yeah, I'd get arrested on that one. Take Rolls Royce. Now they build unique cars. They don't really like to call it custom, which it is. They call it bespoke, which is taken off from the clothiers years and years and years, decades ago, last century, even before last century, especially over in, I guess, London or England, when the rich people would come in and buy suits and dresses, mostly suits, and they would have them handmade. And that was called bespoke, one of a kind, unique. Not custom, unique. Unique to that one individual, which made him unique, him or her. So Rolls Royce calls it bespoke. And each and every Rolls Royce they build, now they'll build them on the assembly line. I think it takes, 6 weeks to build one Rolls Royce? Oh, my computer here. Takes them 6 weeks to build one Rolls Royce, and 6 minutes to build a Toyota. Well, you order that Rolls Royce the way you want to match your unique personality. You may want a white Rolls Royce with a hand-painted pink, they call them coach line, pink striping with some sort of little logo in the middle of the stripe, which that's nothing new either, but it's pretty cool the way the guy does it. I use tape. I used to use tape on mine or magnet, but he just does his freehand, no tape whatsoever. That makes it unique. Well, another thing is, other things that they do, like the dash, they really focus on the dash. You can have an artist come in and recreate their style of art, whether it's abstract or still life or whatever. That's unique. It's unique to you. They will not use that on another vehicle. I don't care how much it costs. If you go in and you pay $450 for a Rolls Phantom, and you say, "I want that exact dash," no. "Well, I'll give you $1 million," no. That is unique to that one person. That is the value. That uniqueness creates value. It doesn't mean in monetary terms. It means value to you. And another person that may see it say, "Oh man, that is so unusual and so unique." What do you think of when you think unusual? Something that's unusual, of course. Something different, something unique, something valuable. It doesn't have to be valuable in monetary terms. It can be valuable in the owner's eyes or the viewer's eyes. So, you're not going to get anything beautiful or interesting or great when it's imitated, when it copies something else. Now, the custom world, I do have to say, the custom world does copy each other, and everybody tries to put their spin on it. Yes, they do, because that's what the individual is paying for. There is a certain amount of unique factor there too, but for the most part, that's why a lot of these shops, my computer makes this dang noise. It drives me nuts. It's right here next to me. A lot of the custom shops, if you notice, they're called, like I said the other day in the video, something customs. They don't say something Mike Hartman Uniques. I've seen unique customs, which is kind of a little bit of irony right there. But creativity is an unusual thing. It's to be creative, you have to be creative to do unique. That's kind of a buzzword now, creative content, creative thinking, creative writing. People are creators, and I think most people are to a certain point. I mean, you can get a package of biscuits and do something, create some kind of recipe around it. I've seen that on the internet and YouTube. It's crazy. The styrofoam cup, which has some soda in it, you can do something to it, make it unique. I can come in here with my Sharpie and do this. Let's see, I don't think you can see that. I can do this. I can do a little flame here. I do flames because that's the only thing I'm really good at. I can do a little flame there, and somebody says, "Oh, cool flame." But they're not going to ask if, they might ask if I'll do one on their cup. These are throwaways, so that's my unique stuff. But unique creates value, and value is subjective. Value is in the eyes of the beholder. You heard the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Well, so is uniqueness. And I read a lot of writers, the things that they create. I was reading about a gentleman. I've been following this gentleman for quite a while. His name is Bukowski. The guy was crazy. I mean, talk about rough. But man, the guy could write and come up with this poetry that just you never heard of. A lot of it was, X-rated, but he just spoke what came out of his heart and his head, made him unique. You see these actors, I mean, I grew up with parents that cussed all the time, I've heard everything. And, when I got married, my wife's people, they didn't do that. But, I hear people say it. It doesn't make you unique, though. I see guys with tattoos, earrings, shaved head, muscles, and I respect that, but it doesn't really make you unique because everybody's doing it now. Everybody's doing it. I mean, you may disagree with me, and that's fine, but that doesn't make you unique. You know what makes you unique? The uniqueness comes from the person that actually started that. Now, my dad didn't start it, but when he was doing it, when he had the long curly hair, the earring, the big tattoo over here, he had a tattoo here, and he was in the Navy only for I think 6 months before they gave him a dishonorable discharge. He got in a fight with somebody and threw him over the boat or the ship, the vessel. But he was unique. I mentioned this other day in a video. I mean, when he was in New York wrestling in the late 50s, I mean, 6'4", bodybuilder. I mean, he wasn't really a bodybuilder. He was just big. I mean, he lifted weights. I'd say in his good days, he had 20, 21-inch arms. They were different shape of muscle back then. They weren't like the bodybuilders now. Back then, the thing that they did to help them grow was drink milk and eat a lot of chicken. But my dad was unique. I've had people see pictures of him and say, "Man, your dad was ahead of his time. He was a unique individual." But that was my dad. See, he was there early. He did his own thing. And that's what unique is, doing your own thing. Custom is not doing your own thing. It can be. Now, my company is called Hartman Custom Company. I can't put Hartman Unique Company because people don't really get unique. Now, writers, they're unique because everybody has a different story. Now, there are people that copy unique, successful writers. Artists, they're unique because a lot of artists strive to be different, which can mean unique and it can mean custom. But eventually, when you find a best-selling writer, next thing you know, everybody's copying his or her theme of their story or their book. It's like pinstriping, same thing. In the early days, yeah, pinstriping was unique. When my dad was doing it and the other guy, everybody thought they were nuts. Why, we want that on our car. And the next thing you know, everybody's got pinstriping on their car. Then it kind of died out when the tape stripes come around. Then it came back in the early mid 70s, and I got in on that one. So when I was doing it, because people weren't that familiar with it, oh man, that is unbelievable. That's unusual. That's unique. I'd never seen anything like that. That was unique. One of a kind, often copy but never duplicated. Custom can be duplicated. Now, on my thing, Even with me, I was talking to somebody a while back, and we were talking about custom. He said, "Man, what is custom?" I said, "Well, custom is it's usually referred to automobile, but you take humanity, you got different cultures, and they have different customs, and that separates them from one culture to the next. It could be, the way they worship, or the way they live, or the foods that they eat. It's not necessarily unique; it's their custom." And the same thing with a car. Custom is what kind of separates you from the normal flow. It doesn't really separate you that much from our culture of custom car people, because you can go to a car show with 2,000 cars, and you're walking through there, and every car is customized one certain way, and after a while you get kind of bored with it. I mean, I remember the day when you go to a rod run, and it'd be 35 red 32s all in the row, all in the same row. I mean, I liked them, but they all looked alike. They were each custom, but they weren't unique. They didn't have the unique personality from each other. It's what I call peer groups. Um, People want to be custom. They want to be different, but they end up the same because of their peers and people that they associate with. They're doing custom, so the other person does custom. He gets a pinstripe job on the belt line. The other guy gets a pinstripe job on the belt line. He gets a set of Hallobrand wheels. He gets a set of Hallobrand wheels. So that's not unique. That's custom. Unique's value is in the thing that sets it apart from every other thing, and even the custom thing. So with my business, it's just a general term. I would like to make everything unique, one of a kind, but you can't do that. You make everything custom, and then you just do one or two little touches to separate it. It's like humans. We're all really the same, and we strive to be different. We strive to be unique. And when I say customize yourself, well, that's exactly what I mean. I mean, I can put on a leather jacket that's got pinstriping on it, or flames. Well, that's custom and unique at the same time, because it's custom because it's different from somebody else. It's unique because it's only one of a kind. Anyway, so this will be our Sunday Carvangelizing. I'm doing this on Friday night because my wife's off on the weekends. I was going to put this on FB. I'll say this in a minute. I'm not going to say this quote until a minute. It's been a rough day for me, with all this crazy sickness going on with everybody, or whatever it is. I'm a diabetic, and my wife works at a hospital. I'm just going to say this. And my 3 kids, we visited a little bit in the last 8 or 9 months. For a while, we built my granddaughter a little playground out here, and after things were kind of slowing down a little bit, I don't know when was that, in July or August. And then my wife, she comes home and they say, "Oh my God, we got 35, patients in there," and it just kind of freaked everybody out. So we quit visiting and associating, and didn't get to see my granddaughter for 5 months until we moved my son and his wife a month ago, and haven't seen her since. So I talked to my son last night, because all this thing with the vaccine, I'm thinking, well, maybe if I get vaccine, we can be with our granddaughter, but because I'm in the 1B and I'm waiting. I mean, everything is 0, 0, 0, and if you see something, if you weren't already registered, you're gonna either wait in line or you go take a chance to get it. But this has been a bad day for me, because I talked to my son last night, and I said, "Cody, what are we gonna do?" It's just killing me, and mom. When I say mom, his mom, my wife. And she doesn't say much, but me, I always have something to say. And he said, "I know." He said, "We're probably not gonna get our shot till fall." And I said, "But still, even if everybody gets a shot, that don't mean we can get together. When is this gonna end? When is this gonna end?" I mean, I'm healthy. I'm diabetic, yes, and I'm on insulin. Basically, I'm healthy. I don't have any other issues. I don't have prostate problem. I don't have, I don't know, whatever guys get, I don't have any of that. I mean, even my doctor told me one time, he said, "Man, you're the healthiest diabetic that I know." I have all the symptoms. I got the neuropathy and the retinopathy, and, I've had the ups and downs and things like that, but I know how to control it now. So it's just been a bad day for me. I woke up in a bad mood. I couldn't sleep last night. But, I respect my son and his wife and their decision to do this out of respect. Now, they say that infants, Gemma's going to be 18 months, can't really get this, and she is healthy. I mean, she just got her checkup. So my problem is I just don't understand. And like I said, I respect my son, but I just don't understand when it's going to be the end. Who's going to draw the line? Who's going to draw the line? So I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm trying to keep this up. I'm just discouraged. I'm depressed. And I don't know what to do because my granddaughter, lost a lot. Lost money, lost my cars, lost my business, and some other things. And when this granddaughter came along, that was my life. I just felt changed. And it's not my kid's fault. It's not my daughter-in-law's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just we just don't know we know people are getting sick from this, but there's just so much stupidity that's going along with it and separating families. I'm like my sister. She was with her grandkids 4 days last week in the cold, and she works at a rehab center too, where they have a bunch of diabetics and people that are getting this stupid thing. So I don't know. Anyway, if anybody is watching this, just do like I'm doing. Just do the best you can, man. If you do get depressed over it, just moan and groan like I do, and go paint something, go draw something, go burn some rubber. Don't do anything stupid. And let's just all, man, try to get through this dumb crap so we can go smoke the tires again. Okay, so anyway, here's what I'm going to say in closing. The way to create an automotive masterpiece is to burn and destroy ordinary concepts. Now I'm talking about cars. And substitute them with creative styling that provokes a reaction. Vehicular art that runs down from the top of your head and out of your heart. Quote, imagine humanity living life as custom. That's my little tagline for Hartman Custom Company. So I probably won't be posting anything this week as far as this. I'll be posting art because I've got a lot of things to think about. I'm going to keep doing this. So I won't be doing Motivation Monday. You'll have to motivate yourself. I'm not going to do Wheels of Wealth Wednesday. I'm going to kind of chillax next week and just do my art stuff. So subscribe to my channel, please, and hit the like button, because hey, I'm forced into retirement here, and Social Security isn't that much, and I'm trying to keep things going. I'm trying to keep a business going. So please subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this session of Sunday Carvangelizing. Thank you, and have a good week.